Hi everybody, this is Lorraine of Chat and Craft with Lorraine Tierney, and I'm here today to show you how I made the Vellum Votive Holder. And I'm just trying to get rid of a little bit of shadow on my desk here, but I don't think I'm going to be successful. So this is what we're going to make today. This is a little vellum holder. It stands up like this. It's made out of the Snowflake Vellum. It's new in the mini catalog, and you wouldn't want to put a real flame in it, but I have a battery-operated votive here. You kind of push and turn. I wish it was whiter rather than yellow, but I don't seem to have a choice. I couldn't find a white one. So you put it in and it lights up like that. If it were dark, if I turn off this light, you might see it a little bit better. And it casts a nice glow. Okay, I'm gonna turn the light back on. And I'll turn this off. I got these at Target. They came in a box of 12, but I think you can find them other places individually if you wanted. I wanted to show you the vellum that I'm using because this is new in the mini catalog. It's on page 40, and it has 3 patterns in silver, a big snowflake pattern that I haven't cut yet. It's kind of holographic. Another snowflake pattern that's a little bit different. That's what I used on the first one. And then a polka dot silver pattern. And then each of those patterns also come in a white flocked vellum. This reminds me of the old-fashioned wallpaper. So there's the white polka dots and then white snowflakes. So you get 6 pieces of vellum in the pack, and I think it's $10 for the pack. I've also used it to make some cards. You can see it here on a Christmas card made with the aspen tree dies, and that's what's in the background there. That's just the same holographic paper. Okay, so we're gonna get started. This is a really fun and easy project. It's quick to do. I am gonna use a piece of foil inside today instead of, this had a piece of smoky slate inside, to see if that might reflect a little bit more light and give even more. So this is a 3x3 square of the silver specialty foil. It comes in 3 different colors. This one has a bit of a purplish hue to it. I really like it. We're gonna score this 3x3 square at 1/2 inch on all 3 sides. I probably should be scoring it upside down because I'm gonna fold it up, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much. This doesn't get seen. It gets totally wrapped up in the vellum. So I'm gonna set that aside and we can do our scoring on our piece of vellum now. This vellum measures 4 inches across by 8.5. So you can get 3 of these from a sheet of 12 by 12. If you cut it to 8.5 first, cut a piece off here, then turn it, and you can go 4, 4, and 4 and get 3 full ones. We're gonna score this at 2. Get that right up in there. 4. Now, the regular vellum, when you use that, you have to score very lightly. This is a little sturdier. 6. I have to give a little bit more pressure. And 8. 2, 4, 6, and 8. And you end up with a small little spot, 1/2-inch strip on the end. 2, 4, 6, and 8. So I'm gonna fold those lightly. I'm not worrying about a real crisp fold just yet. Maybe on this little one, that's probably the one that has to fold the most. Okay, so we'll set that aside. We're going to come back to the base here, and we are going to cut up to that first score line just on the right hand little square on each side, just on the right. Okay, now I'm going to fold on the score lines, including the little flap that we just cut all the way around. And what we want to do is we're just going to make a little bowl here that's going to hold the tea light in there, okay? So I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to put a little piece of tear and tape on the back of each, just the little flaps that I cut. Just a little piece of tear and tape. You can use glue, but you'll have to hold it in place until it sets for a minute. I find the tear and tape a little bit easier for this. Okay. Give that a good rub with your finger so that you can pick that paper off. Just trying to get the release paper. I'm going to do all of them while I have my tool in my hand and don't lose it on my table. Okay. There you go. So I've got all 4 of those. And like I said, I want the vellum on the inside to show. So I'm just going to fold that up and hold it and try to make a nice square corner there. Okay, so I fold that out of the way, fold the piece up, and just press it in place. And this isn't going to show, so you don't need to worry about it being exactly even or anything like that. Now I'm going to put tear and tape all the way around this. And I'm going to try to do it in one piece. You have plenty of room. You don't have to worry about going off the top or the bottom. And again, give it a good rub so it's sticking on there nicely. And then try to pick it up. I'm sorry about these shadows. There we go. So there's our base. Now, this is basically going to get wrapped around the base and sealed on that little 1/2-inch side, okay? So I need to put some tear and tape on the front side of that little 1/2-inch side, not the back, but the front, because the other piece is going to come right over it. Okay, I'm going to give that a good little burnish, and I'm going to start just pull up a little bit of that tear and tape, but leave it, because I don't want to take it off until I've got it on here. So now I'm going to put that little 1/2 inch piece right on the corner there. And I did just press that down a little bit. And now I'm going to just come around and follow the bottom. Whoops. Get that lined up as best you can. My fingers are sticking to the tearing tape on the other sides. Okay, now I'm going to pull that off. And I'm trying to hold the top of it away for a minute till I get the bottom on. And then I'm going to do that. So that's really all there is to making that vellum holder. And then if you need to, you can square off those sides just a little more. And you can see on this one, I tied a ribbon around it. I forgot to bring a ribbon. I'm gonna grab one. I'll be right back. I don't have a lot of ribbon here with me, but I do have this soft succulent ribbon, which also happens to be on sale this week. So if you're purchasing something else, check out those weekly sales. And this soft succulent ribbon would make a really pretty bow around this. So where is my back is where I have that seam. And I'm gonna put, you could use a glue dot, but I don't have any glue dots on my table. So I'm gonna put just the tiniest piece of tearing tape right there to hold my ribbon in place while I tie it. There we go. And let me see. I'm going to put it around this one for a second so I don't stick. Let me see about how much ribbon I want. I think I want, I'm on the centimeter side, of course, about 15 inches of ribbon. We'll see. That might be generous, but I hate to not have it be long enough and not be able to tie it. So I'm going to put this right over that piece of tearing tape at the back to hold it in place. And then I'm bringing it around to the front. And I'm just going to tie it in a knot right over left and left over right, and then pull that as tight as I can. There you go. And you have to hope you get that knot in the middle, because with the tearing tape on the back of it, you can't really slide it around. But I can't tie it without the tearing tape, so I take my chances. And then I'm just gonna trim the edges. So you could go a little bit smaller if you wanted, but that's how I do it. And let's put some candles inside. I don't ever have a fancy holiday table, but I do think about how lovely all of these things would look. Wouldn't one of these look beautiful on the place setting of each person at your holiday table? And then they could take it home and put it in a window, or put it on their table during the holiday season or in the evening. I really love them. My grandson loves having one in his room during the holidays. So I hope you'll give it a try. I also have a blog post and a video showing you how to do it with the plain vellum, and either stamping on the vellum or heat embossing on the vellum. So check those out too. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.